Hello, Dr. Vikki Petersen here. I wanted to speak with you today about a little trend that I've been noticing with patients, especially newer patients, and that is that we've gotten a little spoiled by some of the grocery stores and health food stores, companies that are very gluten aware. And so, you go to a Whole Foods market or some specialty health food store, and a lot of their products say gluten-free. And so you pick it up, you see gluten-free, you know you're good to go, and you don't worry about it. Well, not all companies are that savvy. They haven't, their labeling has not caught up to saying that. It takes a little bit of time for companies to change their labels, and so they don't all say that. But that doesn't mean they're not gluten-free. And what I've run into is patients just saying, oh, well, it doesn't say gluten-free, so therefore I shouldn't eat it. Or the bigger problem is looking at something, and I'll give you an example. So a young man, he's a teen, he's 16, and he has seizures due to gluten, and he was on a plane, he was hungry. The offerings from the airlines were pretzels, crackers, and mixed nuts. So obviously the pretzels and crackers were out, he knew that, but the mixed nuts, that sounded safe. But what he didn't do was read the label. So he ate the mixed nuts and had a seizure. But what was clearly on the label was, in addition to nuts and oil, was wheat. It was there. So I find that we're getting a little bit lazy and not doing that due diligence to spend the time and look at all those ingredients. And as you've maybe heard me say before, if there are a lot of ingredients, it's probably not the best health food for you anyway. About 5 ingredients or beyond that, not so good. 5 or less, better. But we need to not be lazy and really read those ingredients and know what we're consuming. A lot of times people see something like barley malt, and they're just thinking wheat, 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 and forgetting that barley is a glutinous grain. So for some of you, it's a no-brainer, and you know that. But for some of the newer patients, I find that they just kind of expect to be handed the information with a nice big label that says gluten-free on it. So it's exciting that more companies are making that initiative, taking that initiative to let us know their product is gluten-free, but not everybody is caught up to that. And there are some legitimately gluten-free products that don't yet say gluten-free, but if you take the time to look at the ingredients, they are. And on the contrary, which is more important, things that you wouldn't think have gluten in them, like mixed nuts or trail mix, things that, by all rights, why would they have wheat in them? Why would they have gluten in them? But they do. They have it as a filler, they have it as a binder, things like that. So my caution today is to, if you are new to gluten-free, or perhaps you have a child that needs to be gluten-free, is really practice and go over the fact that you need to take that time and read the ingredients and really know, and then you're much less likely to run into trouble, because the labeling laws have improved dramatically, and they will say if there's gluten in a product or not. So I hope that was helpful, and do take that time. It's absolutely worth it for your health, because every time you have a gluten indiscretion, it affects you for up to 3 months. Very long period of time. And of course, some people who have a gluten reaction can't feel it because it's affecting their nervous system and their hormones, and it's affecting organs on a deeper level that you can't really feel. So it's not a good indicator to just look at how you feel. Some people, of course, get a ready response, but others just can't tell. So if you know you're gluten intolerant, take that extra effort and read that label. So I hope that was helpful, and until next time, I wish you very good health.